Hello and welcome to Wand and Crown. I'm Haley, this is Keeley, and today we're going to talk all about the Enchanting Extras tours that you can get at Walt Disney World. So we're going to try to kind of go by parks because there are tours that are at each park except for Hollywood Studios. For some reason, they have just left Hollywood Studios out of the loop.
I wonder if they'll add like a Star Wars one. I feel like that, especially with I'm gonna say Galaxy's Edge with Star Cruiser closing. Yeah. I feel like adding a Star Wars one would be really cool.
I would think so. And when they had the actual studios there, it would have been nice to do. Yeah, I know. It would have been nice if they had done, behind the scenes.
Kept it
there. But
moved
that's beside the point. So there is one tour and one tour only at Magic Kingdom. It's been a long week. Anyway, there is one tour available at Magic Kingdom, and that is the Keys to the Kingdom tour. That is the one that the big whammy that everyone talks about. That's the one that you get to go in the utilidors, which are the tunnels that are under Magic Kingdom. You get to learn kind of fun tidbits about Walt's life. You get hidden Mickeys, some, random fun facts about the park. And you also get a take-home keepsake that is exclusive to the Keys to the Kingdom tour, and lunch is provided for you. Now, this whole thing takes 5 hours. At the time that we're filming this, it is $114 per person, plus the cost of park admission.
Yeah, I don't think any of these tours that we're going to talk about, like, you still have to have a park ticket. Like, you can't, if they're in the park, there's, what did we say, one that's outside of the park?
Yeah, but there are two within Epcot that don't require park admission, but I think it's because you check in at guest relations. They take you straight to
directly,
and then they take you directly back out.
Oh, so okay, so they escort you. Okay, so most of these require park admission.
And up until early January, you have to also have a park reservation.
Oh, that's good to know. Because I figured you would, but I guess, that makes sense. That's why I'm kind of glad they're getting rid of that, because it's one of those small things you don't, like, I have my park ticket, I have my tour booked. You have to have your park reservation too. It's just an extra thing to think about.
And this Keys to the Kingdom, because you are going backstage, they do require anyone who's going to it to be at least 16 years of age. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some areas that you go through that might not necessarily be the safest for younger guests. And none of these, you can't take pictures in any of the backstage areas, which is kind of sad, but you get the experience.
Yeah. Well, and they're backstage for a reason. It's not open to the public, and they're backstage for a reason.
Yeah. And you don't want to spoil the magic.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is the one and only. Oh, and I forgot to say it's 5 hours long. I think I forgot to say that.
You did. No, you said, yeah. Is this one that will they do this one before the park opens? Or am I thinking of the Marceline tour?
This is during.
Okay. Yeah. Did the Marceline tour come back yet? Okay, because that's one that one's on my list. That is like because I know that one's before park. I think it's 2 hours before park opens.
Yeah, I think all of these take place during park hours. Yeah. Some of the Animal Kingdom ones might take place before, but also during.
Yep.
But as far as I'm aware, these are all during park hours.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
The Marceline tour. Hopefully it'll come back. But Keys to the Kingdom is still really cool. And it's honestly, I feel like that's a good price, especially if you're a big Disney person. Like I wouldn't do that on like a once in a lifetime trip, but like for us that go regularly, I feel like that's.
Oh yeah.
It breaks up the monotony of just going to the parks, which I mean, That's what I do. I go to the parks and ride the same rides 500 times.
I mean, same.
But I feel like this is like a good addition. If you go frequently enough, or you've been a few times and you want to do something different, and your kids are older, just adults, I feel like that's like a good tour to do.
Yeah, and it's great for people who have done the rides because you're not necessarily going to get time to ride the rides during
the tour. Yeah. Yep.
This is not one of the VIP tours. We'll talk about that in another episode. Those you do get to ride rides, you get front of the line pass, all that fun stuff. But this is strictly behind the scenes. This is a backstage tour. That is the whole point of it.
Yep.
So that's the one and only one at Magic Kingdom, but that's kind of the big whammy that everyone thinks about. There are, I think, 3 that are over at Epcot. So we're just going to hop over, take the monorail.
I was going to say, we're going to take the monorail. Same thought process.
Start at Seven Seas Lagoon. We're going to hop on the monorail. And over to Epcot.
Lost Grove shirts, yes.
We did not plan that.
Yeah.
The Epcot tours are all focused around, I would say, nature, which sounds a little bit weird for Epcot, but I guess it's focused kind of on the conservation side, or the innovative side of Epcot.
I would say the conservation innovative effort. Like it's a good mixture. It's a mixture.
Yeah.
You have world nature, and then no, the seas is considered world nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I think they're all in world nature.
Yeah.
So
there are 2 that take place in the Seas Pavilion, Seas with Nemo in front. We're just gonna call it the Seas Pavilion, and then one that takes place in the Land Pavilion. The one that takes place in the Land Pavilion is going to be the most affordable option. That is the one that goes, it's called Behind the Scenes. We'll play on words there. That's the 1-hour tour that takes you behind the scenes of the Living with the Land ride. And it's, of the best ride in Epcot.
Yes. I'm not going to argue. I agree.
This one is $35 per person. It's going to be the most affordable one. Again, plus park admission. You are going to go behind the scenes, take a walking tour of the backstage areas of Living with the Land. You learn all about kind of the innovative ways that Epcot is growing new plants. So hydroponics, different types of fish. You get some taste testing. And honestly,
I think they tell you too, like I know like Garden Grill, a lot of the food from Garden Grill comes from there. I think they go over that too. Like they'll tell you like what food goes to what dining location at Epcot, because obviously it's all about sustainability and all that fun stuff. So everything they grow in the, what do you want it, like biosphere, dome, whatever's grown there.
Well, they've got like 4 greenhouses, so you get to tour through all of them. So you're seeing more than just what you see in the ride. Mm-hmm. But you can also see the ride, because I've seen the tours.
Oh my, yeah. Every time we go, I'm like, I'm so jealous. Yep.
I should have done that.
Yep. Every time.
And then I never remember to book it ahead of time.
Same. Yep. We get to see the Christmas one this year too. I mean, I saw it 2 years ago. Oh, the Christmas at Living at the Land is so cool. That would be cool to do behind the scenes during Christmas time, because then you get to see all the decorations and lights too.
Yep. I agree 100%. The other 2 take place in the Seas, as I said before, and that's going to be Dolphins in Depth and Dive Quest. Mm-hmm. Dive Quest, you need to be scuba certified in order to do. If you're not scuba certified, they're going to turn you away.
It's kind of important.
Yeah. You're going to have to prove that you are certified. You're not going to have to like lug your own scuba suit or whatever.
Can you imagine seeing people trekking through Epcot with all their scuba gear and just like a little, oh, you'd have to bring in a stroller or a wagon. They wouldn't
Oh
let
my
you
God,
with that.
you would. That would be hysterical.
And you're trying to get on rides and you have all your stuff trying to shove into a locker. Yeah, that would be funny. But you would, I guess, bring your certificate. I guess that's what you would have to bring. I wonder if they make you provide it when you book. Probably not, because they're going off of the. I'm sure there's lots of Disney likes to do when you're booking anything. Make sure you book your park reservations. Constantly pops up. So I can imagine with this, there's reminders. You need to be scuba certified. You need to provide, and they're not gonna let you in if you don't have proof. They're not taking that liability. Absolutely not.
No. And this is a 2-hour experience. About 40 minutes of that, which are actually the diving part of it. And you get to dive in the giant aquarium that you see in the Coral Reef. Well, no, I'm sorry, not the Coral Reef restaurant. I keep thinking that. It's the giant aquarium that is in the Seas Pavilion. So if you happen to have friends who aren't scuba certified and they just
left behind to go do a cool tour,
watch you, but they can see you. Like you could you can dive and they can sit there and like watch you dive, which is fun. I'm
trying to think if I've actually ever seen anyone doing that tour, because I've seen, maybe I have. Now, like, I'm just trying to think, because I feel I've definitely seen Disney divers, because I think they'll actually wear their name tag when they are down there. It was always one person too by themselves. Yeah. So obviously it wasn't a tour. But usually I always see at least one scuba diver in the tanks when we've been there, which is really cool. And I'm jealous, but I don't know that I want to get scuba certified. I don't know. I feel like it's cool, but
it's probably a lot of money. And
speaking, it is. Can I snorkel? Can I just snorkel at the top? Even then, no fish. I don't want any. Yeah, I don't want any fish touching me. No, thank you.
But they're so cute.
I think it was on the last cruise I did. We did a snorkeling excursion, and there's a stingray that like everybody was petting, and I'm like, no, thank you.
No, I mean I'll pet it in like a aquarium,
like the touch pools that they have at aquarium. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm good. I'll look at them.
Okay, so these are not for Keeley, which is
I
good,
want to. I just
$219 a person,
which isn't bad for a whole scuba experience. I don't think at Disney.
It's not horrible. And yeah,
no
Disney markup.
I was gonna say you get to go scuba diving at Disney. I feel like that's what you're paying for. Yeah. And you get to see the Mickey. Don't they have a Mickey head at the bottom with rocks?
They've got the hidden Mickey in there.
Yes. Okay, that's okay. That's what you're paying for. That's what you're paying $220 for, is to see the hidden Mickey at the bottom.
From inside the tank instead of outside. But if you're not scuba certified, you can do dolphins in depth, which is $199 per person. And you get to, I cannot remember how long this one is. But
2 hours.
2 hours.
30 minutes waist deep with dolphins.
Yeah. So you get the 30 minutes like with the dolphins. You're not swimming. So this is not Discovery Cove. You're not going to be swimming around with them where you can hold onto their fin and they drag you around.
Drag you around? You swim with them, Hayley.
Way.
Swim in coexistence with the dolphins. Drag you around. Oh,
take that positively.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
But you are going to be waist deep with them, so you're going to have to bring obviously for these two, you would bring a bathing suit as well. That should go without saying.
It should, but
it probably doesn't. They will not allow more than 8 guests per day. There is a height requirement for this, so small kids are not going to be able to go. This is a safety thing. You've got to be 48 inches or taller. That's a thing. But if you are 48 inches or taller, you get to learn all about the dolphin care program. You get to talk with their marine specialists, go over training. So for $200, I mean, I'd probably do it. And I can pretend like I'm Topanga in Boy Meets World.
I think that's cool. Yeah, I think that's a cool thing to do because it's like, I don't know, like you're doing more than just swimming with them. Like you're actually like learning, and like I feel like that's what makes it work. Like I don't think it would be fun to swim with I don't think it would be fun to swim for 2 hours straight, like with dolphins. I feel like it's like fun for a little bit, but like I'm sure you get to like still interact and stuff with them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like really the whole point of Epcot is, well, less so lately, but its whole mission is to kind of educate people in a fun and interactive way. And that's what all 3 of these Epcot tours do.
What is it? Edutainment?
Yes.
Yes.
I like that. That's fun.
Have you not heard that before?
I have, but I haven't heard it in relation to Epcot.
Yeah, I think Sarah Jean, I think it was when I did a live with her a while ago. We were talking about like Festival of the Arts or something, and she's the one that, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like that's the term for Epcot, because it is like Epcot literally is all about learning. Like it's not just this stuff. World Show really is. That. And then you just have Guardians of the Galaxy, which is learning how to not throw up when you're on a ride, when you ride it back to back after having lunch at Space 220.
Okay, well, your own poor decisions.
It wasn't my fault. It was what a virtual queue was for. I'm sorry. We bought an individual lightning lane and a virtual queue, and they happened to overlap at the same time. It just happened to be right after we got to lunch. So learning lesson, but I learned, hey, don't do that next time. I learned. It's fine.
So that's all there is at Epcot.
That's Epcot.
Yeah. We can't take the monorail again, so we're gonna have to hop on a bus over to Animal Kingdom.
My favorite park.
Yeah, we're leaving my favorite park and going to your favorite park. And we're gonna talk about the Wild Africa Trek. This is $199 per person. This is another one where you've got to be at least 48 inches tall.
Yeah.
But they also have weight restrictions. So you've got to be between 45 and 300 pounds. This is because you're going to be crossing a bridge. I think it's just the weight requirements for the bridge. You're going over like an alligator pit. So honestly, would you want to test that? Probably.
Yeah, you don't want to. I wouldn't want to fall on that.
No.
Yeah.
So, the tour is 3 hours long, and it includes a private guided tour of the African savanna over in Animal Kingdom. It's a safari vehicle ride. When I say safari, I mean like in the car. What is this? I'm trying to be like in a car.
I'm on a bike.
Da, 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 da.
Are we on a broom now? Oh my. Okay. All right.
A private safari vehicle ride. You go over a rope bridge that's going to be over the crocodile pit. You are going to get views of rhinos, giraffes, zebras, emus, well, not emus, ostriches, the other tall evil bird. All of the guides are really knowledgeable about the animals, about Animal Kingdom in general. They'll tell you all about Disney's conservation efforts. You will get a complimentary photo pass. I can't talk in this episode. I am so sorry for anyone who has to listen.
It makes it more interesting.
So you get complimentary photo pass photos because, you know, it's fun to get photos of you walking over a pit of alligators.
And you're doing so much on the tour. Yeah, you want to, and I don't.
Yeah.
I think you can have your phone on
phone. I think they give you a pouch for it so that it connects and can't fall into the animals.
Yes.
And you get this is another one that you get a complimentary souvenir. And they give you some food, some snacks throughout. It's not like a full meal, but it's stuff like prosciutto and olives, hummus and pita, fresh fruit, chicken wrap.
I would not be mad about that.
No, I wouldn't either. This one is on my bucket list. Actually, honestly, I think all of the Animal Kingdom ones are on my bucket list.
Yeah.
This one, and then I really want to do the Savor the Savannah one.
Yep.
Because that one, prices vary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $148 to $174.75.
Yep.
One is a private tour. It's similar to the Wild Africa Trek, but it's more focused on the foods of Africa. So you do get to explore the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. You get the knowledgeable guides that know all about the animals that you're seeing and conservation efforts, but you're also going to get some premium foods that are, take inspiration from Africa and the surrounding areas. You're also going to get drinks provided, regional beers, wines. You do have to be at least 8 years old for this one. I really want to do it. And when you go out there, you're eating on kind of like a game reserve hut.
It's near where the giraffes normally are, because I did a reel on this before our last trip. So that was February. So when we went in February, I remember I made a mental note. I'm like, all right, I need to make
take a picture.
See where the little I guess pavilion area is.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's right off of when you're going through where the giraffes normally are. When you're weaving through, it's off to your right. Because I believe they take you backstage somewhere near the safari, and then you kind of walk, you're not in the center of anything. I mean, you are, but you're not.
Yeah, you're not going out touring the savannah and
Yes.
coming back to eat. You're going to eat in a pavilion that is on the savannah.
Yeah. In it. Yeah. It's so I remember seeing it. I was like, I'm pretty sure we went. I think we rope dropped the safari. So we were there at 7:45, 8 a.m. So it was early, and I think they do lunch and dinner for this.
Yeah, it's I think I looked at a few different times. It's mostly 1:45, 3:15. So it's pretty much
when it
lunch
closes early too for the winter. Yeah, so it's lunch, early dinner.
Yeah, whereas Wild Africa Trek is going to be pretty much morning.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of the ones that has the option to be before park opens. Wild Africa Trek.
Yes.
Because Animal Kingdom usually opens a little bit later than the other parks. Not Epcot, but.
Well, it opens, I'm trying to think, usually early park admission is 7:30.
Really?
But
the last few times I've been there, it's opened at 9. Maybe I think I'm just going in the wrong season, the wrong time of year.
Yeah, because when we just went last time, I'm pretty sure we got, but now I will say, so what usually happens, because I lied. Last time we rope drop Flight of Passage, because I've done it a few times, because I won't pay for a individual lightning lane for it. I like the ride, but I won't pay for it. So we rope dropped that. And then I believe we went over to Africa. I know the trip before that, we went to rope drop the safari. Africa does open a little bit later than all of the other lands, countries.
Yes.
But they hold you at the bridge, and then they'll let you say it opens early park entries at 7:30. They'll let you in at 7:45, so you can go get in line for the safari, so more day guests aren't coming in behind you. So I want to say park opens usually, and again, this is February time frame, so that could be it too, depending on what time of the year you're thinking of.
That's early. The last few times that I've gone, Animal Kingdom has opened at 9. So early park entry would be 8:30.
8:30. Yeah, that still sounds, yeah. I don't know. Now I'm going to go back and check my timestamps for my last 2 trips.
Anyway, there are 2 other fairly affordable tours that take place in Animal Kingdom. It's going to be Caring for Giants, which is $35 per person, and Up Close with Rhinos, which is $45 per person. These are both pretty similar tours. They're going to be 1-hour experiences where you get close looks with either elephants or rhinos. depending on which one you do. The tours are going to be more tailored to these animals, what it takes to care for them, Disney's conservation efforts with them. The elephants, you can observe them from like 80 to 100 feet away. So you get pretty darn close to them.
Yeah.
Rhinos, not quite so close, but they've got a giant horn that could cause some harm.
Damage. Yeah.
But you will also get to learn about like what the challenges facing rhinos in the wild are. So I think that's a pretty good, I wouldn't necessarily trade off, but it's good. Both of these, you also have to be at least 4 years old to go on. Again, safety. Anytime there is a height, weight, age restriction on any of these tours, it is 100% Disney thinking about your safety. Don't try to skirt the system with these.
Right. And
please don't.
I'm sure it's just like a ride. If it's questionable, they're going to check. So just be honest and just save yourself a headache. If your kid isn't tall enough, isn't big enough, just, hey, go for next time we visit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the last tour is not in Animal Kingdom, but it's at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And that's going to be Starlight Safaris. Obviously, by the name, Starlight Safaris takes place at night. It's about an hour long. It's like $75 to $90 per person. And it's going to be an immersive nighttime drive through the savannas over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's an open-sided vehicle, so you're going over rough terrain. Again, this is one of those ones where they're saying you've got to be in good health because you're going over bumpy things. But you also get night vision devices so that you can see all of these animals. So you can see zebras and giraffes, wildebeest, antelope, and just see how they interact at night. Because a lot of these animals can be pretty active at night.
Yes, I found that mostly during the morning, which is why we usually try to drop the safari, because it's like their bedtime's going to be kind of when the park starts opening. So yeah, a lot of them are nocturnal I guess nocturnal. And lions sleep don't they sleep like 20 hours of the day or something crazy like that? I'm pretty
Lions
sure.
are just giant cats. That's
yes.
I think I saw a video of one of them roaring on a safari one time, and that was it. I've seen them wander, but I've never seen them.
I usually see them, they're sleeping on the rocks. Yeah. Sometimes they're up. Usually the lions are sleeping and the lionesses, that's the female version. Yeah. Yeah, they're up doing stuff, which is pretty normal.
Men sleep all day, women are out.
Exactly. But normally they're all usually sleeping when we go, or again, we'll see them wandering a little bit, but they're not, because they're getting ready to go to bed, honestly. 8 to 8:30 in the morning, they're about to fall asleep. So doing this, I feel like, is good. And then you get to visit Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is one of my favorite resorts.
Go to Sanaa.
So I climbed through that last year. I got them their tour, and then because they offer 2 tours a night. So it's like, I think it's like 7:30 and then like 9:30 or something.
Yeah, depending on when the sun goes down.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I got them the later tour. I can't remember what ended up working, but they got dinner at Sanaa, and then they went on their tour because they were right there. And I think they pick them up outside of the lobby too. So it's like, it's seamless. So
really simple.
Yeah, it's a really cool tour. That's another one that I'm like, and it's kind of like, because it's late at night, it's kind of after the parks start to close, or like when they're about to close, so you're not missing like a lot of park time either.
Especially if that's your Animal Kingdom day, because Animal Kingdom closes earlier than the other parks because, again, for your safety.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom doesn't necessarily have all the lighting that the other parks do. So there's a lot of dark areas. They don't want anyone tripping and falling and all that fun stuff. So instead of wandering around Animal Kingdom in the dark, just hop over to Animal Kingdom Lodge and drive around in the dark.
Yep, and see animals with night vision goggles.
Might as well.
Yeah, wrap your day up there. And again, it's one of my favorite resorts, so
yeah,
that could be really cool.
It really is wonderful. I'd say honorable mentions for this episode go to renting a pontoon boat, which you can get for starting at $3.99 per boat, but you can do like firework nighttime cruises.
Take some dinner with you. Yeah, that's another one that's on my list that I really like. Get a big group of people and go and do.
Yeah, and the boats hold up to 10 people. So get a group of your closest friends together. Go out on Seven Seas Lagoon or over near World Showcase and watch some fireworks. Close out the night in style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's really cool too.
Yeah, I like that. So those are the Enchanting extras. If you have any questions about any of them or have experienced any of these tours and want to share your experience, please do so in the comments. And until then, we will see you next time.